Heyo everybody, Haku here with my read-through for The Promised Neverland chapters 156 through 159. So I haven't read in a few weeks, so you'll have to forgive me if I run into some things here and there where I'm like, I don't totally 100% remember, but we just ended off where the queen basically revived and turned into this huge amalgam of all the people that were eaten by the people that were eaten by the people that were eaten when it comes to the demons and all that. So this huge crazy beast the queen has become. So I'm interested to see where things go. Like I said, this last arc has had a lot of problems. It kind of diverted from the way the story has been told in like the first few arcs, and just it feels really rushed in a lot of places. But these past few chapters have really been getting back on track with something interesting, so I'm interested to see how it'll go. I really do still feel like we're wrapping up toward the end of the series, and I'm interested to see how it ends, and I want to see how things go for these characters that I have loved from reading this for so long now, like Emma and Gilda and Ray and everyone. So yeah, let's see where we go. We got chapter 156, and we have a lot to read, so I'm excited. We got 4 chapters to read. So starting at 156, we see Norman and Ray reacting. We hear the clacking of her feet. The ray of hope that disappears in the darkness. What is that thing? Okay, here we go. Are we going to see like a big panel of it all? The door that opens is the door of doom. That is such an interesting panel. That's really cool looking. And this faceless Legravalama. That's cool. That's cool. It has no face. Just like in that temple, the queen resurrected, like an insect out of its cocoon. This is the queen, right? Oh, how joyous. And hopefully none of this lags or messes up or anything. I might, between chapters, actually just save what I've got so far and then edit all 4 together into one video, just to be safe in case any one part does mess up. I don't lose the other parts. Might do things like that. So you might see some jump cuts in this video. Oh, how joyous. All of you here. What a feast for my awakening eyes. The cream of the crop. The cream of the crop of the top-class plantation number 3, Gracefield. What joy. He spoke the truth then. The 3 of you were alive all along. I shall forgive you for attacking my capital, for attacking my entourage of noble blood, for attacking my royal person. O specimens from Lambda, O fugitives from Gracefield, come back to my arms, children. Come all. I will eat you. And then mouths start to form all over her head, and she grabs Zazie, and all over her body as well. Oh shit, this is not good. Zazie. It looks like Emma prepares to fire. Zazie cuts through her, but she just starts reforming. Where would the core be in a creature like that? And she just taps the side of his neck, and he starts to fall over. Or no, it looks like he just completely goes flying. Zazie. And for it to be a series like The Promised Neverland, for some reason, I don't feel like I should feel like anybody could die at any time right now, but so little characters have actually died, or so few characters have actually died that we've seen, that I feel like even Zazie has so much plot armor that I'm not as worried about him as I feel like I should be. And she starts laughing. Emma gets ready to fire. Will you shoot 63194? You, 81194? And Ray reacts. She knocks Zazie in one hit. We made her spend so much energy, even battling the Gilan forces. She's fully recovered. No, it's worse. Zazie split her head cleanly in 2, and yet she just calmly... No, the question is the head. There was no brain in it, no nothing. Her head, no head, no eyes, no core. If so, how are we supposed to... No. The demon could pick apart me and Emma. She's seeing us. She might well have some eyes somehow, and a core. Don't panic. Stay cool. Or maybe the core is moving or is hidden in some different location from the others. It's unlikely that we can hurt her with bullets. And Emma thinks about Lewis. But still, if we can get information out of it, it's worth it. And this like horrifying aura before them. What is... I'm afraid. This ain't good. I can't move. Oh. Good girl. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Emma, Ray, and Norman yells out to them. And we see spears pierce through her head and body. And they all react. Oh shit. Sung-joo, Musica. Sorry for the wait, says Sung-joo. Oh, this is cool. And we're seeing this clicking here. That's interesting. Are you okay? Any wounds? You came right on time, thank you. The castle city is mostly safe already. The folk themselves can take care of it now. Here, drink this blood, bring the wounded. I led the humans to an escape route. Worry not, for they can leave the capital at once, says Sung-joo. Right, we can go from here. Please go help the others. And, Don and Gilda sent them off. Thank you so much. Okay, she's next. And Legravalima gets back up. This body. She's well and truly made a monster of herself, I see. Emma, Ray, the queen is too far gone. No peace, no parley will be possible. So, the 5 regent families are all dead, says Musica. Any hope of parley laid with Lord Pupo's entourage, or Duke of Elk. We were too late. I see here, none other than Sung-joo. I never thought you would be one to side with the meat. What strange twists of fate might have brought this? Very well. In the self-same day, I get my hands on the fugitives and put an end to the cursed blood. It is a fortuitous day. Indeed. We came here precisely to settle our matters with you, says Sung-joo. Man, I really love Sung-joo and Musica. We'll head for the royal capital, too. Now's a good time, right, Sung-joo? 700 years is more than enough time running and hiding. Let's finish this. Queen, today you die by my hands. And he readies a spear. Die? Kill me? You? Sung-joo the savior. How very foolish of you, little brother. A shocking revelation. Sung-joo is the queen's brother. Sung-joo is so cool. God, I love Sung-joo. And I just clicked over. Okay, let me save this. I'm going to take a quick jump cut before continuing onward. Alright, and what I was about to say is I just clicked over, so I see the first page of 157, and I see it's a flashback. I'm so excited to learn more about what's going on with Sung-joo, how he's the queen's brother, and that means he must have been related to Avelk then, you would assume, because I thought Avelk was the queen's brother, but this is so good. I'm so excited to see how this goes. A distant memory, an ancient lesson, and we see a human killed. Sung-joo there. Well done. One would not say it was your first hunt. It's still alive. Says, okay, I get what they're saying. One would not say it's your first hunt, because they're saying they did well. It's still alive, says Sung-joo. It's clinging to life. Indeed, such is life. Such is the meaning of seizing life in the hunt. Observe Lord Sung-joo. Alright, let me have this, translator page. Here we go. All life, all living things are God's creation, valuable beyond measure. All of us hunt, and are hunted. This is the bond that unites all life. Okay, this is really cool. How we're seeing the circle of life now through the eyes of Sung-joo. Moreover, the hunt is a debt. The words sound the same in Japanese. All life is but borrowed. Life does not belong to us. It is not given. It is merely a temporary grace we receive from God. Show then due deference. Honor your own life and all other. Hoard it not, but share it freely. Remember that you yourself once owed your existence to God, and pay your dues. Okay, so that kind of makes sense why he would team with Musica, because in reality, and why he still cares about hunting even though he doesn't want the cattle system, because, like, the way that the cattle system and the demons were working was that they were hoarding life for themselves and taking it away from humans, but it's sort of more an honorable and equal thing in the eyes of Sung-joo. Okay. And of course, that's why he would work with somebody who could share it freely by passing her blood on to others. The truth of these teachings we must always keep. This truth will guide our kind toward eternal prosperity. And it looks like Evelk and the Queen there, or Evelk and maybe whoever was royal before the Queen. O you who descend from kings, do not ever forget these teachings. Even if you don't ascend the throne, use it to support and protect the king. Okay, and that looks like Legravalima and somebody else. Yes, master. Fate brings brother and sister to clash, face to face. Chapter 157. The world is mine. Okay. This is very interesting then. It looks like the sister may have had whoever the royal was before killed or something, or the master killed. I'm not sure though, from what's going on in those flashbacks. It's really interesting though. And then they just look at each other. Huh? Brother? Oh, littlest brother, how foolish can you be? How would you hope to kill me? You who was born a prince and yet turned your back on your house, all for some old faith. You who joined that girl and ran to hide like the traitor you are. Okay, and it makes sense too why Sung-joo said before, when he said, I don't eat humans, it's my religion. That's why it makes sense now that he believes in this sort of old faith. You say I am the traitor? For greed you abandoned the way that must be kept, and then you tried to hoard the power of the cursed blood for yourself and destroy it, and sealed that vile promise that corrupted the world. You make me sick. So be it. For you I have left neither expectations nor interest. Ray, Emma, Norman, take this chance and withdraw that child. And Musica talks to them. Not good. The body's still too weak to move. Musica, what is that thing, says Ray. What happened with the Queen? Queen Legravalima has 2 cores. One was destroyed, but she revived on the second. This is a secret trait passed down from the first king into the royal house, but I know little about it. They say, even in the family, it's very rare for the trait to surface in a child. And we're seeing this genealogy paper there, which is cool, of the royals. Does Sung-joo have it? No, I'm sure he does not. He is like most demons. Among his siblings, only Legravalima possesses this nature. Her presence feels awful now, thinks Sung-joo. Nay, she's always been a monster who made one sick, but now it feels like a wholly new level. One would swear it's a different being than the one who fell here. Is that the power of the second core? How ludicrous. I've never heard of such a thing. Be that as it may, I am fortunate in that one core is already destroyed. And by humans. Hard to believe. There is only one left. The question is, where is it? And the answer is only known to the Queen herself. But if I were to wager a guess, she suddenly twisted her body during that attack as if to protect. The abdomen. The second core must be somewhere in it. Yet it's entirely possible that this monster is able to move it. Then I need perforce cut the core while it is still there. One way to find out. Attack. And he launches himself in. Fast. And it seems like he completely bifurcates her. Or at least attempts to, but her body seems kind of spongy in the attack. Man, like, this is so crazy because she's this weird amalgam and there's like the gateway and all the faces and stuff, so it feels like her weak spot could be like anywhere. What is this now? That's adhesive. Long live King Gillian. The ability from Gillan's followers. It's stuck, and his spear gets stuck inside of her. and she goes to attack him with her claws. But he avoids it. Worry not. You can have it. And she holds the spear back out toward him. And then looks like she throws it into his arm. And it takes his arm off. Sung-joo, you are right. My core lies indeed in my abdomen at the moment. And what of it? Such knowledge is of no use to you. You cannot do anything with it. Not you, the young heir to the royal house, and neither the others. How exhilarating. This power is overwhelming power. Sung-joo, you could hardly imagine how this almighty feeling makes you want to laugh. I was not merely revived, I'm born again. My whole body pulses with overflowing power. All who I aid are mine. Their powers, memories, their very beings belong to me and bend to my will. You cannot even imagine the place I have arrived at. I shall tell you the world, that the Chosen One sees. The entire world is mine by right. All life is there to nourish me, the serfs and the nobles, the rebels and the cattle, my parents, my kin, all for me. Okay, so this is interesting again, how Sung-joo believed in this religion of life should be shared, where she believes all life is hers. None prays as much as I, none is stronger. More. I need to eat. More. And again, this could actually be a drawback to her, that she has this insatiable hunger. The cursed blood, the Gracefield cattle, and her head starts to warp. Musica, get back! And Sung-joo rushes in, regenerating his arm. And her claws start to warp around, or toward Musica as she goes in to attack. What are you looking at? Why have you not evaded? You poor thing. What is it that the girl's eyes look at? How come you are so terribly starved? Man, Musica and Sung-joo are so good. This is really good. These two, like, for as rough as things were for a little bit there, and again, I feel like this is the thing, if we had come to this, but we had spent like maybe 20 more chapters really developing out the invasion instead of just being like, oh, everything just worked out super quickly just because. If we had really spent more time developing that and got to this same exact place, it would have been perfectly fine. So I guess it's not really exactly what was written, but it was in how it was written, how rushed a part of the story was. But I'm super excited to get into 158 now and then 159, but either way, hang on, let me make a jump cut really. Alright, onward to 158. Let's see what we have. Chapter 158, The Meaning of My Life. From the time I was born, I knew I was different, and now we're getting a Musica flashback. My body didn't change no matter what I ate, and I didn't need to eat humans to preserve my mind in humanoid form. I was called a miracle child. At times I was hunted for this, believed to be another kind of cattle, but I was so happy when I could use my gift to help the poor, the starving. Okay, translator page. Moving along now. But then, they killed everyone. I was the only one left. As the sole survivor, I've been hiding for 700 years. I wonder why I'm different from others. Am I special? Is this heresy? What am I? Why do I exist? For what reason am I alive? And again, that makes sense. That would be a really rough existential place to be in. Do I have the right to be alive? And then Sung-joo jumps in to defend her. This queen is the one who took everything from me. My parent, my friends. I had so much I wanted to tell her, a whole mountain of issues to settle. And yet, all I can think when I look at her is, "You poor thing," she says. "How come you are so terribly starved? You who are richer than anyone, who can have anything you want." And again, there have been a lot of really cool themes from the beginning in the Promised Neverland that people have brought up, of how, like, say, the women in the Promised Neverland were basically given the choice, have a baby or die, in a literal sense, sort of reflecting an unhealthy like burden society puts on women, but because this is a fantasy, making it extreme, like literally you are forced to have a baby or die. And there have been just so many other sort of societal things, and I think it's really cool now showing that this person who has more than anyone, for whatever reason, is more greedy than anyone, who takes and takes from the poor that Musica tried to help, from the humans who were marginalized compared to the demons, and she takes and takes from these people and still wants more. Like, it's this insatiable greed. And we see the difference here in Sung-joo, who is like, no, we should have shared life with everyone. So it's so interesting. But Sung-joo chases her off a bit. It's all fine, Sung-joo. Thank you, says Musica. And here I was expecting sense from you. Me? Starving? Or are you speaking seriously? Yes, you are indeed in starvation. No matter how much you eat, no matter how much you get, how far you climb, you can never be satisfied. It's heartbreaking. I'm so sad for you. And we have everyone reacting. What was it that you really desired? What is it that you fear so much? If only you could ever feel satisfaction, your future wouldn't have been much different. But you were a prisoner of your insatiable desires. You forgot how to respect God. You overindulged in taking life, and you hadn't even noticed that all you managed in the end was to provoke your own ruin. Ludicrous. Desire is the greatest virtue. It is what moves all to strive on. It is the power that animates everything. So insatiable desire only means boundless power. Respect God. Life? I bow to no one. From the time I was born, I knew I was different. Oh man, I love this. Basically the same line as Musica. From the time I was born, I knew I was different. I am truly special. No one is like me. There's nothing in this world that I fear. And you think I will ruin myself? You make me laugh. No, you've already ruined yourself. See? You're already dead. Enough of this babble. You can whine in your death. And she charges forth. Musica. And it looks like she actually literally explodes? Little confusing. And her arm sort of explodes here too. What? Maybe she can't control all these people, or all the people are fighting back. You ate too much. Your body cells are long past their limit. In the end, a second core didn't give you any special powers. You ingested a mass amount of corpses and toxins. It was too much to process in one go, and when you lost your first core, you were thrown into the frenetic state of near death. When you expelled your when you expelled your food whole from yourself, it meant that your body was already unable to consume them fully. That's why everything is sticking out of her, not because she controls it all, but because it's all too much to contain in her body, so it's leaking out. This is really good. That's really cool. Damn you, Queen. It hurts. Help. Mama. Your Highness, I beg your mercy. And we're having all the voices of the people within her. Help. I don't want to die. How dare. I'm afraid. Mother. Lord Gilan. Stop this. The memories, the identities. It's all overflowing. Man. Aren't you lucky, Musica? You get to be yourself, always. And we see another flashback. Demons can become anyone. We are, therefore, no one. We fear the hunger, but Degeneration 2 is terrifying. Even a long enough life may be enough to make one lose it all. And then she looks on. The boundaries of your identity the boundaries of your identity. What is your sense of self? Who do you want to become? I thought so much about the meaning of my life, about why I was brought into this world. 700 years, thinking. And when I met these human children, I finally came to understand it. Long ago we sealed a promise. We broke this land apart from the human world. I was born in order to change the demons, and now's the time we change this demon world. Stop. And her body starts to break apart. I'm Krone. I'm Michelle. I'm Gilan. I'm Doza. I'm Bayone. Oh, I got chills at all that. I'm Bayone. Man. I am who? And Legravalima holds her face. The lives you ate are now devouring you. Oh, because all those people overflowed. She lost herself in the end. Goodbye, Your Majesty, Queen Legravalima. Her boundless appetite fueled the fire that burnt her body down. I love this, that when she lost her first core, this whole time she's been dying. She didn't get a power-up, she's just been dying. Like this whole time, she was near death. And all these people leaking out isn't because she became some Final Fantasy, this isn't my final form end boss. It's because, like, they were leaking out of her and killing her. Man, chapter 158 end. That was so good. That was a really good chapter. Oh well. One more chapter, and then that's it for this video. Alrighty, now we are at chapter 159. Let's finish this off. I'm super excited to see how this read-through ends. A color illustration to celebrate the climax of the final arc, Dreaming of Good Days. You all became so big. It is a bit tight, and we're seeing Gilda and Musica, Ray, Emma, Norman, with the kids. We got Phil, and I think that's, again, I think it's Alicia. Yeah, Alicia. Okay. Because it says Alicia there on the thing. Oh, Phil, 6 years. Alicia, a dash years? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. And we have the little mini Emma child that came in with Krone, whose name I forget. Oh, it was right at the beginning. Her name was even in the chapter with Krone. Carol. There it is. 3 years. And Emma's dreaming of them. Chapter 159. Thank you. Oh God. Here we go. See what we end up with. I need it. I need it. I need it. Need it. And we're seeing her devouring all through these flashbacks. Power, prestige, wealth, the best delicacies, strength, admiration. In these past 3 chapters, what's been so amazing about them is they are about these characters, but beyond being about these characters, they're also about these ideas. I love it. The best delicacies, strength, admiration, more, and the cup starts breaking, more. And we see her in her throne, surrounded by treasures. You mean to imply what I needed was none of this? What was it that you really... You mean what I truly want is found elsewhere? What is it? If I have it, can it quench at last my endless thirst? No, I refuse to concede. Who will deny me if I always crave for more? And yet, I cannot explain this emptiness. Oh, how I need it. I need it. I am so hungry. Give me. I crave for my very special meat. And we see Child, Norman, Emma, and Ray in front of her. As the real her is melting away, she's dead. For real. Finally. That terrible queen, says Sung-joo. Sazie, are you okay? Don't try to move. Does it hurt? Now there will be no more persecution. No more murders. Mother, father, friends. The queen is dead. The 5 regent families are dead too. This world of ours is bound to change now, thinks Sung-joo. It's hard to believe they actually did it. Humans. What incredible creatures. They even remade the promise with insert name here. Is that acceptable? Once their new promise gets in effect, I shall spend the rest of my life without even seeing a human being again, let alone being able to eat one. I want so hard to do it again. Just fill my belly with human meat. And then he sees Emma together with Musica. I was born in order to change our kind. Oh, what's his final decision going to be? What should we do now? Says Ray. Not just the royals, but the entire administration was crushed. There's no one to govern the capital, the other territories, the entire demon society. We're way past the point to solve things with talk and diplomacy. At this rate, there'll be riots everywhere. Pure chaos. If we do nothing, it'll be an all-out war. I wonder, can't you do it, Sung-joo? Be the king. Since you're a brother, you count as a royal. You count as a royal, isn't it? No chance, he says. If we still had Bayonne or Avilk, there'd be possibilities. But I alone have no connections, no influence, no knowledge of government matters. Worst of all is, I'm a rebel. I've been hunted for 700 years as such. The people, the armies, would never listen to a word out of my mouth. It would only add fuel to the fires of revolt. It'll be all right, says Musica. We'll find a way to handle this problem. You all must go back to the hideout. But the situation will be easier to deal if they never find out humans were involved. There's still time to present all this as a civil war between our kind only. What matters now is to prevent any more deaths, to stop the cycle of grudge and hatred. Besides, I have an ill feeling. The great royal army is on the march. If we're unlucky enough that they find the hideout, it'll be very bad. Please go, and hurry. Leave here to us. I already have an idea. And then they hug. Thank you, Musica. Thank you so much. And I love how we just see Sung-joo just constantly analyzing what's going on between Emma and Musica. We owe you a lot. So that's it. The way things are going, Huh? And then Emma hugs Sung-joo. What? Thank you too, Sung-joo. We had to face a lot in these 2 years. We met so many demons, though there's so much we don't know yet. Demons and humans, eating, life, the taking of life. I kept thinking about what it all means. I thought a lot about death. I cannot accept that anybody in my family's killed. I won't let anybody be eaten. And, of course, I don't want to be killed and eaten either. I tried to imagine if I was dead, if I was already dead. I wouldn't mind if you and Musica ate my body. And then he looks surprised. Because it was because I met you two that I came to reject the idea of killing demons. It's only because I met you, because you helped us, that I became who I am now, that I was able to come so far. Thank you. Thank you very much. And she smiles at him. And they leave. They're gone. Is it all right? You won't be able to eat humans anymore, Sung-joo. And he screams and looks down. It's not all right. Oh, I'm the silliest idiot. I think it's part of your charm, says Musica. And so, I told her I already had an idea, but in fact I have none. What should we do now? I knew what he says. It's a bit risky, but there is one way. We'll have to gamble everything on it, though. Let's hurry back to the hideout. 4,000 royal soldiers, half an army, 2,000. 2 days ago, morning, and he... Yes, let's. The situation is really dangerous. The Queen basically confirmed it. The one who put this army into motion must be the final enemy, the head of the Ratri clan, Peter Ratri. Chapter 159 will be on a break starting next issue. The story will continue on Shonen Jump 2020 issue number 2. Okay, so the rest of the year is off. So this was probably a good place to do this read through then. This was so good though. I really liked how this all came to pass in the end. Like I said, there was this place that just, if it was not so rushed, and so, oh well, things just happened because things happened, and we still got to the same point, would have been perfectly fine with it. This was so good, though. Sung-joo and Musica's stories, and how Emma only became who she was. She would have been okay with the extermination plot. She would have never remade the promise to find them a way to the human world. She would have never saved the innocent demons if not for Sung-joo saving her and teaching her in the woods. And how Sung-joo, it all came into play because he was told as a kid, we have to share life instead of hogging it to ourselves, and he held tight to that faith that he had. Man, I love this. It was so good. It was so good. And I love Musica as well. I kind of wish we had even more with Musica, but it was so good. I was scared that Sung-joo might betray them, but I think it's so brilliant to have Sung-joo want to eat humans, but have him be changed by Emma the way that Emma was changed by him, so that even if he wants to eat humans, and even if he's like, no, it's not alright, he has to do it anyway, because it's not alright, but it's right. So I love it. Sung-joo is such a good character. But either way, ending this video here. I've been reading a long time. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, if you like the video, comment down there. Tell me what you thought of these 4 chapters, what you thought of my thoughts and reaction and all that. Subscribe for more. Promised Neverland, I guess for now. It's still going. More Promised Neverland, much more on the channel whenever it comes back. Subscribe for more. Wait, I just said that. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel or talk to you there. If you'd like a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us on Discord, then it's free and open for anyone. Just ask and I can give you a link. If you want to help support the channel on Patreon, then yeah, it's patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description. Any amount would help to keep the channel going on the week-to-week. Plus, you get to, whenever I add sort of a new series to the channel, you get to help suggest and then vote on what that series will be. Currently, it's Assassination Classroom, but we'll see what happens after that, or if I add another one in addition to that. And anything else I was going to say? Oh yeah, so we'll still have plenty going on even when this does end. If you haven't read it, I would recommend Beastars and the Beastars videos, because it was something that I started reading around the same time as The Promised Neverland, and Beastars is just so amazing. So that's sort of just suggestion for you all to read. But yeah, that's it. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.